Bow, bow, bow.
What's up, Nat 20? How we doing? Is my
Really,
audio
bitch?
on? Yeah.
Magic!
It's actually working.
I'm eating a waffle!
We always cold open when somebody's eating and somebody else is doing
True.
something goofy. This is par for the
I'm always
course.
eating.
Listen, I was giggling at talking to myself in a different server completely.
Nope.
I
Now
think
it's
we
time to
have
get
at
magic
least
canceled.
two. Jeez.
Who the fuck?
Hey,
No.
we are actually getting started, Nat 20. Hey, how's it going? This is this is All Hail the Queen. D&D, mostly 5th edition, doing it live campaign. So I'm that Magic Juice. Yes, you can get me canceled, Bright. It's okay. We're gonna go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, introduce our characters. We'll have a quick recap of what happened last time, and get right into it. So starting with Heck, please.
Yeah, hey everybody, that's me, Sir Heckalot. As per usual, tonight I am playing Aster, the Shifter Circle Wildfire Druid. Moving on over to Bright.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bright, and I will be playing a frog with powers. Moving on over
It's to me.
to Corn Dog.
Hi everyone, I'm Corn Dog, and I will be playing an elf with powers. You, Chrissy.
Hello, my name's Chrissy Crits. I'll be playing Ulta Cragmaw, our Swarmkeeper Ranger Kobold. Magic.
That's me. Hey, so last time on Nat 20, I gotta come up with a fun way to say this. Last time we were here.
On the last episode of All Hail the Queen.
There you go. Love it.
Ooh.
We had basically a follow-up after our big encounter with a couple of Dargons and the reincarnated Langdradros of Cyanrath, who had a Dragon Soul Stone and all that jazz. Turns out...
The reincarnate Asada.
There you go.
Or like reinfarted, am I right?
He is not a taco.
No, we are like 2 minutes in.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
I'm sorry, Magic.
We do not have any fun here at all.
I'm not even drunk or high tonight, Magic. So like we're cruising.
Stone cold sober.
Yeah. Anywho, we know that our new friend Macath the Crimson is heading back to the Arcane Brotherhood with some updated information on our new dragon friend, whose name I'm having a massive brain fart. Guys, help me out. Dragon's name.
Blagothicus.
Arathator. There you go.
Yeah, I knew it started with an A.
Blagothicus was
We're even here for Baglophagus, mate. What?
And they are going to generally help with the cause. So that, yay, allies. That's neat. What else? We also started heading back toward Waterdeep and got a message from Leos and Erlenthar about a lead we have now on these dragon masks. And he has essentially given us directions to start on the trail of the first one that he knows about. But we enter now with you guys getting back to Waterdeep aboard the Frost Skimmer with Captain Laruska. And that's where you guys can start. So we're in the middle of the 3rd day. Sorry, we are at the beginning of the 4th day from that travel and arriving in Waterdeep. So what would you guys like to do?
We should probably find like a place to, eat
A bath.
and shit. And
That too.
a bath?
You were promised a mud bath, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. We had the mud bath. Well, where do
But we can
live?
eat and shit beforehand. Like that is
I
a
think
valid
that's
option.
actually recommended. Or
Yeah.
was it with mud bath? Is it the same like 30-minute rule thing?
No, there's no sharks in the mud bath.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yes.
wouldn't suggest shitting
Oh,
in the
that's
mud
really
bath.
good.
Then it would just be hard to understand what was shit and what was mud.
Well, but
Yeah,
how
we
could
should
you
shit
tell?
beforehand.
But how would you know? Even like I could sneak one in.
You could. I'm gonna sit farther away from you Nope.
I'm saying it's possible.
Should we go to what's the tavern that we go to here? Or is that at Baldur's Gate?
The Yawning
Oh, we
Portal.
have a tavern?
Yeah, the
Yawning portal.
portal.
Let's go there. We can shit and eat. We
Amazing.
shit into a really big hole there, actually.
I've always wanted to do both at the same time.
Yeah. Just hover over the hole while you eat and just.
Oh, okay. Is there a place where we can get mud baths here? This place looks pretty fancy, if I do say so myself.
Yes. Magic, I am putting a mud bath in this universe. Where is it?
Okay,
I
let me get
actually
this
think
straight.
last game you had messaged Leosin or someone, right?
Yeah, asking about a mud bath. And he said,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
there's a mud bath.
there is.
He said
Beautiful.
that they will do their best.
Oh.
Do you know where the mud bath is?
You might
one
just
moment,
have to
please.
fuck around and find out.
Can I send a message to Leosin to see where the mud bath is? And if it's recommended to poop before or after? Got spells.
Yeah.
You do?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Do you need me to like 25 word this? Or
I mean, if it's short, you don't have to be super hardcore about it.
where's the mud bath? Should we poop before or after? Do people poop in mud baths?
Please answer all questions.
Please respond quickly.
Um,
Also, we're here. Hi. I think I have enough words to say that.
yes. He will tell you that the Harmony Well Spa. Oh, I would put you guys on the Waterdeep map. Where to
Put
go?
us on the map, bro.
On the map. Here we go.
I always get kind of sad when Dancing Gandalf disappears, though. So
Yeah. Can we put Dancing Gandalf in here?
I could do that during a break. Actually, I might be able to do that while you guys are doing stuff. Yeah. So he'll respond that the Harmony Well Spa is in the Castle Ward near the Hawkman statue. P.S. You guys are here.
The what statue? What's it called?
The Hawkman statue. Spunk, have you ever been to Waterdeep before?
No, I've never been outside the forest before.
Okay, so Waterdeep has these. Okay, so approaching this, you would have seen sort of coming down southward along that west coastline of the city. You're going to see all these pretty tall walls, and the mountain just north of where you are peaks at a few hundred feet above that, as well as a few of the buildings, but not a great many of them. You would have easily seen at least a couple of these massive statues that, were they not actually not moving, you would swear that they were like actual creatures and people. I never say this right. The Sahwagin humbled is a humanoid, and the lady dreaming is actually lying down, so you might not have seen that one. But then you would also see the griffin on the mountain, and probably a couple more off in the distance that you can't really make out very well from the distance you're at. And then just this
Sahagwin?
Sahagwin?
Swag.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get it right.
Sahwagin.
The fish
there we
people.
Go. There it is.
Fish people,
Sahwagin.
okay.
Name fish people.
And then obviously, as you can see on the map, for Spunk, like, this is an incredibly dense, like densely developed and populated city. Like, you are not able to see an end to it from where you are.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, so I got the message back. We're going to the Hawkman area. It's kind of by where we met the necromancer. Which makes sense.
You met the necromancer?
we can stop at the Yawning Portal on the way, get a couple rooms, maybe eat and shit.
for eating
Then
shit.
at some point, we should maybe get back to, the people that asked us to find out things and tell
We
them
should
that
get
we
back
did
to the
in
city
fact find
council,
out the
but I feel
things.
like a mud bath beforehand is probably in our best interest because
Yeah, okay.
we've been traveling and we all kind of smell. I don't know if the mud will make it worse or better, but
Oh, it'll make it a lot worse.
I don't
Like,
think it's the same.
So much worse.
We like bathe after the mud, right?
Why?
Yeah, there's a rinsey poo time.
That sounds.
Or at least there
stupid.
was
Why
where
would I
I'm
do that?
from. You don't
Why
have
would
to,
it-
Skunk, if you don't.
Yeah, that sounds silly. Why would I do that? Like rinse off all the good nutrients and the defense mechanism of being stinky. What kind of natural predators are we looking for in this city?
All of them.
Like a lot of big, tall buildings here. It's really bizarre. But like, are there like bears in those boxes? Do they come out the holes in the wall?
For the most part, it's just people, which are like, usually the highest predator. So gotta watch
Yeah,
out for all of them.
Unless you're in the yawning portal, because we did have a troll crawl out of there one
Yeah.
time,
Oh,
but that's really atypical. I know it's really different. I had the same reaction when I came in here the first time.
where do you make your offerings to your dragon who owns this?
Well, there isn't one that we know of yet. I mean, we're kind of on that mission to make sure that actually, doesn't happen. But, I mean, dragons are always, dragons are never a non-zero, you know what I mean?
So you killed this one too? It wasn't just the one in my village?
Well, there wasn't one here the first time that we came around. So maybe one was here before, a really long time ago at some point. I don't really know the history of this town.
We did find we found the first dragon soulstone thing underneath the city, so maybe it was a very long time. Because we did see
Wow.
a skull.
That's fucking crazy. You've never met your dragon or made an offering to him, and you stole one of his little special rocks? That seems like...
Well, stole is a strong
It was
word.
definitely given.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
imparted upon.
Well, that's good. That's really good, I guess. It's
Consensually
better than the
accepted.
alternative, right? What?
It was never mind. It's
No,
just-
say it. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
It was consensual.
Oh. So he gave it up for nothing? Gave it up for free to you? Okay. That's good.
Well,
That's
to be
good.
fair, we were fighting. Do you know what a beholder is?
We call them hives.
Took me a second, but I
No.
got there.
Do you have like a different thing that holds bees
God damn it, Bright.
here in the
That
city?
killed me. Oh my god.
It was more of a giant eyeball with other eyeballs.
Oh, that's totally
that
different.
beheld
It's totally
us.
different. Yeah, it doesn't hold bees. I'm not really. Well, it's the other way. It's not
Holds
something
eyes.
that holds bees. It's something that looks at or beholds other things.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really scary. I wasn't sure if we
Horrific.
were gonna get out of that.
There's not you, and they live here in this city, or
Well, there was. I think. Well, hopefully it was just the one.
It was running a gang, so
okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, we never really followed that thread all the way to the end.
Oh,
no,
okay.
we just
Seems
kind of
good.
snipped it and just went to another.
Yeah. We
Okay.
cut it off, but you know how sometimes we light the end to make a knot, but it isn't gonna hold up for much longer, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a new gang in town.
Okay.
But I'm guessing we're on the way to the yawning portal, and I'm like, this is where we are going. And I open the door to the yawning. Introduce Bright. Or not Bright. Spunk.
It's been there a whole bunch.
All right. we return to the greatest sounding tavern in all of the Forgotten Realms. Let's put you in the awning portal. Spunk. I don't think you've ever seen a bar before, have you?
No. Well, we found like a metal bar in the dirt one time, and we brought it back to the village, and we all took turns passing it around and like spitting on it. But
Why?
but this place is definitely not that.
Putting you guys right there at the entrance.
Wow.
Hey, yeah, you've got this building that has a whole bunch of happy and jovial people around at varying degrees of, well, drunkenness, despite it being still the morning. And it's, for the rest of you that have been here before, it looks about normal.
This is massive. And it smells like my uncle on the holidays.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Well, I guess it depends on your perspective. My uncle was known for doing things during the holidays that weren't particularly great, but hey, that's why my cousin has therapy, right?
In that moment, Ulta will walk up to the bar.
Howdy do, what can we get for you?
Ooh, was it the unicorn one or was it a dragon one? Which one was the spicy one?
Ah, dragon's piss.
We'll take at least 2 of those.
You mentioned the unicorn yak, though, too. That's one of our smoother ones. You sure you don't want both?
Both sounds great. 5 of both.
5 of both. That'll be 6 silver, please.
Yeah. I put a gold on the counter to also include tip.
All right. He goes underneath the bar to fill up a few small cups of your familiar drinks. Hands them over. Grabs the gold coin, gives it a couple of flips as he's starting to talk to the next person, and moves right along.
Why did you order piss from a dragon?
Why do you shit in your bathtub?
This is just the way of the world.
Because it's the only room in our houses with a floor drain. Where do you take your shits?
in a latrine.
We're on the side of the road, Violet.
Well, I mean, in an emergency and they port in a storm, right? But like, if you're at home,
we have indoor plumbing.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna say elves have indoor plumbing. You can't stop me.
That's crazy. We grow our plums outside of
Technically.
trees. That's
We use gravity and others and witchcraft. Like I said, I do magic.
Control wind or control water, you just swipe it right down.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's like a mold earth kind of situation.
well,
With a
wind
high
sounds
fiber intake.
messy.
Prestidigitation, all of it.
Sounds like it would be a real big problem, actually.
It's fine. It's not actually indoor plumbing. Our homes are in trees, and we just kind of let the shit fall out of the hole onto the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, everybody in my village buries their caca, but like, if you have like a hole in the ground pre-made, I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's druids that can.
There's a lot of interesting things in your way of life, but anyway, question: what do we do in a place like this? What does this place do besides serve you piss?
Here you go. You drink this, and I am going to slam one beverage immediately so I'm going to slam the dragon piss, and then I'm going to go with unicorn yak immediately afterwards. And then it's going to start as a quiet release of air that slowly just becomes louder and louder as I belch for everyone in the yawning world.
I try
right.
to mimic. I try to mimic the act with the jar or whatever you handed me. Is it a flagon, a stein, a mason jar?
It's like a sort of wooden version of a tumbler.
A tumbler. Okay. Yeah, I'll drink the same thing. What did you hand me? Dragon piss?
Dragon piss first, then unicorn yak.
All right. Well, I do the dragon piss because I am small. But I try to drink it as fast as you drink it. How am I? What do I feel when I drink it?
You're gonna feel a little bit of spice, a little bit of cinnamony twinge to it, and it warms you up as it goes down the gullet.
Unicorn one helps. Use unicorn. Do it.
Okay. How's that one feel?
That one is absolutely disgusting. Tastes like actual yak.
And I start like over salivating to the point where it looks like a tub overflowing. My wide jaws just like it's just hitting the ground. You can hear like the as it like spills over, and I'm like, what? My eyes are watering. And he starts like rubbing it off on like the base of your cloak, and it doesn't stop. Why do you do this? Do you do this on purpose?
No. Why are you acting so? What is wrong with you?
I can't stop it. I'm doing it not on purpose.
Aster and Juno, you both would have noticed when you first came in here that you got a couple of like double takes from a couple of the patrons in here, like, whoa, that's a weird looking group. And like now, after Spunk is having a little bit of a freak out, you can see that you're like getting some side eyes and like.
Is anyone here from the first time we were here when we accidentally murdered people?
Make a perception check. It's gonna be pretty difficult to determine outside of the.
I should have my character sheet.
That might help.
All right, perception. 25.
Okay. Yeah, you'd recognize at least a couple of the staff that were here at least that time, if not other times as well. You've been here like what 3 or 4 times now throughout this campaign. So yeah, you recognize a couple of them, but there's just so many people in Waterdeep, it's kind of impossible to tell if anybody else in particular would be familiar.
It's gonna be like, sorry.
Ulta will set a few crickets, like a small handful of cricket trail mix down in front of him, and get up and tell the bartender, could we get a few rooms?
Absolutely. Got the discount for you guys. Oh, wait. No, you're covered. You're the faction people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There's what was her name? Astriel, right? That was her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody told us that you guys had rooms covered, so you're good.
Oh, she's hot even when she's not here.
It's true.
I like stomp a foot.
Ulta will take whatever keys they hand, like, out.
Yep.
And
5 of
we'll
them.
hand one to, like, Juno. She'll kind of hand one to Aster, making eye contact, assuming that we would be rooming together, because that's kind of how it's always gone.
Oh yeah.
And then, like,
Forever roomies.
looking at Spunk and just kind of being like, at the rest of the group, uneasy as to where we are inviting them.
P.S. You can set up your rooming situation however you want. You've just been given 5 rooms, so.
Monk, do you prefer to stay by yourself? Are you a communal creature, person, being?
What do you mean? Explain.
Well, we have these room keys here, so we can all have our own personal rooms should we want them. But most of the time, we kind of share because of potential sightings.
I
For
don't
watches,
understand.
mainly for watches. We share because we try to keep track of each other so no one disappears by themselves.
Oh,
If you haven't picked up on it already, weird things happen to us, no matter where we are.
sure.
If you want, you can
I
stay
am-
with my brother and I. You could also stay with Aster and Ulta here, or you could stay by yourself.
Do we not all just dig a hole outside and?
No, there are no holes, actually. The rooms are upstairs. Have you encountered stairs?
Yes, we've encountered stairs, but like
I didn't see any when I was
you can stack mud really high, as it turns out. But I'm confused. What you say? You sleep indoors?
Yeah, right upstairs there are lots of rooms that have beds in them, and people
Sleep
can
outdoors, you
like,
get.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, I guess I keep all my stuff in a hut back in the village, and then we sleep outside to guard the hut. So, like, I'm confused, but I suppose. How does it work? Do we? What do these rooms look like? I guess.
Let's take him to the rooms.
Yeah, let's give him a tour of a room.
We
I love
will
this.
Head on
I'm so
in.
here for this.
Okay, so each of the rooms is pretty simple, about 20 foot by
You
20
say
foot or
about
so.
as big as your space, Magic. I'm gonna like lose my mind because I can
I
only see a
know.
corner of your room.
Well, this is
What as
one
big
room.
is this?
Yeah.
My room is this big.
Yeah. About a 20 foot square room, and it's pretty simple setup. A single bed with a few pillows and blankets, a small table with a pair of chairs, a dresser, and a personal for a like average size humanoid person bathtub.
Okay.
And then we sleep in the beds, usually.
I know you said you had plumbing, but being able to shit this close to where someone sleeps seems weird.
Didn't you literally shit where you slept? When we were in your house?
Yeah, but not like other people. Like
Do you want a
There's
room by
like another
yourself so you
person's
can
head
like shit in
separated
your...
by this much wood from me and my bubbling farts is just a little bit.
Well, here's the thing though, like if we give you your own room, Spunk, you can't shit all over it because there's like we have to keep coming back here and we don't want to get kicked out. So you have to like shit in the toilet.
Okay. Ooh, what if I just slept in the, what did you call it, a turlet?
Yeah.
What if I slept in there and we just filled up the tub with water and then I could shit in it? And this is a floor drain? Yeah, this is perfect. I could just be in here. And then it would be like my own room. Right?
Yeah,
You're looking at me funny. Where am I wrong? Am I mistaken?
no,
No?
this is great. And she's going to look at Juno and go, "You got this." And then run across the hall.
It's your problem.
Spunk, one thing. Sometimes I get the shits, and I will need you to excavate your bed so I can poop in that same location. Unless you're sleeping in the bathtub. I won't poop in the bathtub. That can be your poop zone.
Yeah, no.
But I do need to use
the tub is
toilet.
more my size, I guess. I wasn't going to sleep in that tiny bowl over there.
Okay. But I'm going to also ask that you leave the room while I do it.
Oh. Does it ever happen like in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds
Especially
really
when I've been
convenient.
drinking. And Juno pulls out another beverage that you weren't aware of her ordering.
Oh, no. Is there perhaps someone's tub who has less of a propensity for night shitting that I could potentially stay with? Not that you're not great. I think you're awesome. But like, if you're gonna come into the room and like make all sorts of thunder and lightning, then I'd rather not be floating 2 feet away. You know what I mean?
I'll try to keep it to a minimum, and if necessary, I'll just go and ask her if it gets real bad.
Okay, yeah, no, that works out pretty great. Then let's do that.
They're right across the hall.
Okay, cool.
And also sleeps through the night. So, if you also need to use their bathroom.
He'll like grab the little faucet handle in the bathroom and just turn it on so it starts filling the tub.
I will leave you to it.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna. They're just getting a bed ready. I don't want to have to fill it up later. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
And it's got to be like room temperature. I'm not gonna sit in boiling water, and I'm not gonna
Why
sit in
not?
cold water. That's how you lose
So nice.
limbs.
If it doesn't scald your skin off, why are you in the bath?
Because I'm gonna stay in it for 8 hours. And I don't want to peel. See this? You see this? Touch this. Touch it. Go on, touch it. And he like makes you touch the flabby, translucent underskin on his arm. And it feels like you're touching like a slimy bag filled with like dull keys and for lack of a better phrase, like packing peanuts made of flesh. It's just
I hate that description.
I didn't think that
my
sentence
God.
could get worse, and it fucking got worse, man.
Yeah, and so he makes you
rough
squeeze it.
to
He's
get
like this.
I hate that.
This peels
Oh
really
my
easily.
God.
You wouldn't know it from looking at it, but my skin stays slippery because of a very well maintained balance of like goo to water ratio, and I need to get it just right.
Sure. I'm gonna go get some food. Do you want some of Alta's bugs? She's in the door right across the hallway, and I am going to see myself out after having touched that. And there's like a moment of me just being in the hallway, losing all of my shit. Just like, oh God, what just happened? Like, I tried to be decent. I tried to keep my composure in front of Spug, and now I am absolutely losing it.
Nice. What
Are you happy, Bright? I feel like you set out to just make us incredibly uncomfortable with
You
this
know,
character, and you're
I-
achieving that. It's
Yeah.
great.
Plan
There was a
anything in
reason why my
advance.
mouth was just while you were talking, because each time I was like, don't gag, don't respond, don't freak the fuck out.
I don't ever
That's
plan
what I
to do this in
wanted.
advance. It's kind of just like improvised.
Nice.
Great.
But there's a
I'm
lot
glad
of-
that this just comes from your brain.
This is all. There's a lot of evil up there, and I just unpack.
Yeah, Aster and Ulta, what are you up to during this awkward, drawn-out conversation? If anything.
Well,
I don't mean to put you
Aster
in-
unlocked the door to the room, probably like got herself a little bit more settled, started making a small nest somewhere, not on a bed. You know, just getting herself settled down, just so that she knows where she's sleeping. And then she would have turned to Aster and said, I mean, like, Spunk's weird, right? Like, I know I'm weird, but like, they're also weird, right?
I'm not sure if I'm really the best metric either, but I mean, I'm.
From the hallway, you hear, oh my God!
Yeah, no, okay, he's probably weird. But,
I'm not saying it like I dislike.
no, but
it's
different
not
weird,
that.
not bad weird, you know?
Yeah, but like, It's weird, right? And she's just gonna like space for a second and just like try to get her bearings together. Like, I don't know.
In any case, I think there's a lot to learn, huh?
Yeah, but also I think Juno's having a heart attack out there. We should go check on them.
Peeks out the door.
Yeah, that's exactly as Ulta will just like look out.
Oh, yeah,
like,
like the two
meltdown
hands.
happening of like staring at the hands, just I'm going to get food and another drink. Maybe six more drinks. I don't want to. Oh, and Juno just like walks down the hallway, just away from everyone. Finally hit the limit. Like, knows she's the person that instigated shit on side of road to get away from like consequences of our actions, but now has been like pushed beyond ultra. Like, what the fuck is happening?
So 2 things. One, we on screen saw Spunk and Juno down 2 drinks pretty quick. There were drinks for the rest of you. What happened or is happening with those?
When everyone else was drinking them, Ulta would have taken it to her mouth as if she was drinking it and just tilted her head back and poured it out the side.
Okay.
Right onto the floor. Like there was none of it was touching her face.
Nice. Okay, and Aster?
I think Aster would have at least attempted to drink one, and probably not have gone well after about 2 sips, and it's like just kind of accepted that. I'm like, all right, well, no, this isn't it. This isn't it, Chief.
Okay, so Spunk, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh shit. Okay. Natural 20 for a 29.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So you're starting to feel it, and I don't think you've ever experienced alcohol before, right?
No. Well, that's not true. We have fermented well, not grapes, but we have like plums and pomegranates.
Oh, okay,
We fermented
so-
to like wine, I guess.
Okay, so you've
something similar.
experienced something similar to this before. I think we can assume that, unless you don't want to. That's cool too. But
No, totally. Lay it on me.
long
Fuck
story
me
short,
up, fam.
you're feeling a healthy buzz that kind of like whapped onto you real quick. You're able to pretty much handle it okay, but you got a little weebly wobbly going on.
Weebly wobbly. Okay. Okay. You know, this feels pretty good. I think I'm gonna get used to this place. Sleeping and shitting in a tub next to somebody who has night terrors and poops. And what do we
I also
call it?
only sleep for 4 hours a night, and it's not even sleep, it's meditation.
What do
So
you
get
call
ready
it
for
when
that.
What do you call it when someone's night terrors are the shits they're taking?
Life, man. You call it life.
Night shard terrors? Night poo. I'll figure it out.
We'll workshop it.
Moonlight
We'll
brew.
workshop it.
Okay, so
Anyway.
the room situation seems to be situated, I guess. Words are hard. Do remember that it is still late morning, so you have the most of the day ahead of you yet. What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring food up for everyone, but not say anything.
Okay.
Just sit there, like I'll pass it out to everyone, and I'm just going to sit there and reflect on all of the trauma I have just undergone. And then once food is done, I will bring up.
Sorry, you cut out again. Once food was done, what?
Once food is done, I'll bring up mud bath time.
Nice. Okay, so you all get a big old bowl of ox stew. Hi, Juno's nose.
I needed to raise my mic higher, so hopefully you could hear me better, because I realized it was like in the computer, and I just haven't been paying attention to the sag.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you've all got bowls of stew. And then Juno wanted to ask something?
Oh, I'm not asking. I'm
Oh.
telling everyone it's mud bath time.
Nice.
We're going to do this now.
I've also sent a message to Leosin to tell him to meet us there when we are needed.
Where is there?
The mud baths.
At the mud bath?
Mhm.
Okay.
Also, I just want to see Daddy Leosin at a mud bath.
Oh.
And by that statement, I stand by it.
Ulta will send a Rocky Talkie message to Astral and just very quickly say, group of us are going to the mud baths, I guess, if you want to tag along. That's all.
Somebody roll a D4, please.
Got you.
The temptation to contact Rhydon and make him go to the fucking mud baths is so strong.
Ulta and I
Okay.
both rolled the same thing.
Nice. Ulta, you get no response.
I will turn to Juno and say, Astral doesn't want to go, I don't think, so I guess you're the only buddy who gets one of their friends. And she'll turn to Astral and be like, do you want to invite your guy? The one...
I mean, well, what if they're all together and they just got like all these invites and he's like the only one? So, yeah, I think that actually might be a good idea. Yeah, Esther will go ahead and just cast Animal Messenger. She'll just find like a rat nearby or something, and just
Right up.
have
What a
the rat
campaign.
send the same message.
Okay. So you sent your message with a rat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Animal Messenger is a very underrated spell. It's basically just sending, except you send an animal.
Pardon me. Yes. Use an animal to deliver a message. Yep. Okay. And then you're off?
And then we're off.
And we're off. As we are walking, Ulta will try to keep tabs on everybody as well as possible, but we'll also request that we stop at the bank to add funds to our black card so that we can pay
You
for...
spend that money.
What exactly do you mean by add funds?
Well, I think we had gained like some treasures and stuff, so like dropping things off to like lock boxes or whatever is available and making sure we switch out some of that stuff for like gold pieces rather than having a ton of silver and copper and like all of that stuff. She basically would just make sure that like they're not carrying giant like sacks of tons of different things of like, you know, gemstones if they don't need them, like stuff like that, so that we could access it as needed down the road.
Gotcha.
But if she
Okay.
can do that by just like, you know, summoning somebody from the bank, then she would. But if not, she will make a point to stop there to do that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you stop there. Is that something you want to role play through, or just kind of checking it off the list?
No, I just want to make sure that it happens. That way, not that you're super weird about encumbrance, but I just don't want us to be carrying a ton of shit that we don't need to be carrying if we don't need to.
Right.
That's
that makes sense. Okay. So did you happen to note everything that you had gotten?
I didn't.
Okay.
I assumed other people did, so that's
we are
my
going to
fault.
be going to a break soon, so maybe that's something we should resolve behind the scenes quick when we're on a break.
I will say that I know that right now in the bag of holding, I'm carrying a bunch of stuff. People had put a bunch of stuff into the bag of holding,
Mm-hmm.
and I know Ulta herself has like her normal short swords, her normal leather armor. Like she wants to offset all of that stuff to somewhere safe so that it's just like away.
Got it. Okay.
But as
So
for
you-
anything else, I have no idea.
Okay, so you've gone to the central exchange and taken care of all that.
The mud baths.
To the mud baths. Okay.
It's our version of a beach episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or at least part of a beach episode. We're in Waterdeep, going to the spa, and wow, brain fart. I forgot what I called it. What did I call it, guys?
The Harmony Well Spa?
Harmony
I
Well
don't
Spa. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That
I
was
took
not
note of
what
it. I
was
don't know
going
Well
to
why.
say,
spa.
even remotely. Well, I'm glad Heck answered first.
All
I
right.
even put a little note that said mud bath under it. That's it. That's all. I don't know why. It's not plot relevant, but it's there.
All right, so you arrive at the Harmony Well Spa, which is a building that actually takes up a fair bit more space on the, I guess, storefront, is what I'm going to call it, side than most of the buildings around it, because everything in here is like really crammed together. And you can see a bunch of steam pouring out of the the roof in a couple of different places. And but the smell emanating toward you guys is actually rather pleasant, I think. I guess I'm not going to make too many assumptions about what's pleasant and not pleasant to you guys, but it's kind of like a mix of fruity and flowery. Is that pleasant to you guys? To your
Yeah.
characters?
Yeah.
All right. And so we going in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like a raw dog special.
Do we have?
Caught that.
Okay,
Caught that.
it's very good. Do we have eyes on Mr. Leeson or Astro or oh gosh, what's his name?
Right off.
Right off.
Rydoff.
Investigation check, please.
Oh god, you don't want me to do this.
Can I also look around?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, I don't hate it. Well, that's way better.
Damn.
2 natural 20s.
Why?
Do we see them? Do I see them with my elven eyes?
No, you actually don't. And especially for Ulta and Juno, you're actually pretty confident that they are not here. It's not like you're just missing them or anything. They are not here.
Get wrecked. I mean, oops.
Wow, bright.
Feels rude.
Fuck you too, I guess.
I don't know why you're trying to poo-poo on the loves of
we're-
our lives.
Because we're in the mud house.
Yeah. Who has?
This is a place to do it.
All right, so it's a little warm and moist in here compared to outside. Yes, I chose my words carefully and intentionally.
I like it.
And
Ready to be
you're gonna hear this raspy, hello.
What the fuck said that?
Hello?
Hey, down here. And you'll see at the sort of greeting counter, pair of pointy ears going out like to the side, as an older, wearing a monocle goblin. Sorry, goblin greets you. Hey, I was told about you guys. You with like that Astral person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her and her friends told us that you were coming. You wanted a mud bath?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Yes.
I'd prefer like a deep tissue massage or like a something else.
So for Ulta and Spunk, this counter, much like for the goblin, is well above your heads. So there are actually a couple of like small seats available for you to peer over if you wish to do so. Otherwise, This conversation is happening like almost blind, or you can climb up. That's cool.
I climb up on top and I look down at him from the counter.
Yeah.
I want you to put me in your slickest, dookiest mud.
Yeah. So like full mud bath, not just like a mask. Exfoliation.
If you mean can find a way to give me an enema with it, I want you to do that.
I don't know if I could do that, but I just wanted to confirm that you wanted, like the whole bath thing and not just the facial. Yeah, we got you all set. You just sit over there for a second, and I'll go get the help to finish up.
Okay. And you hear?
Real quick, I'm gonna follow this goblin for a moment and just be like, the bath that you give him, you will want to clean afterwards. And I'm trying to say this as quietly as possible so Spunk can't hear it. He may in fact shit in it. I'm not entirely certain what's going on.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks. We'll be able to take care of it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, and she heads off to a little back area and starts just absolutely barking orders at someone or something that you can't see, and in a language that it just sounds like a bunch of chittering and like screams almost that are like, is she actually speaking a language? And then she comes back out from the back area and says, so like, are you all going together, or do you want your own thing? Like, what kind of room separation do you guys need here?
They slowly are breaking in the chat. Anyway,
Right.
Aster is actually
Don't look at chat. Don't look at it.
You guys are the fucking worst.
So,
I
Aster's actually going
that was
to, yeah,
Go
he's
ahead,
gonna
Hank.
inquire if there's any type of like sauna or like steam room.
Yeah, we can do that. That's pretty standard here. Do you need like a bath too, or just you doing the whole sauna thing?
I think I'm just gonna offer the sauna thing. Thanks.
All right, follow me. And it's just like completely going now, since nobody else responded.
No.
He said sauna. I don't want the sauna. I want the
Yeah.
fucking mud.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought he meant
also
follow
team
me
mud,
for
but I
just
want
the
a
sauna.
different. I would like a mud bath, but I would like it to be my own. I do not wish to share with anyone.
All right, well, I can get pretty close.
Cool. So we like put up dividers or something?
Yeah, pretty much. And she's leading you back to the back room where she'll like just point to the left, Aster, for you, and say, yeah, the entry room is where you can leave all the stuff that you don't want to take in there with you. Just handle it how you want, and pour the water on the rocks to make it steam some more, and or just tell Steamy over here to help you out a little bit. And then you'll see this little pointy head kind of lean over and poke out of the next room. It looks like this. It's a little bit hard to see because it's all white and gray.
Is there a skeleton
The
in
player
that?
knows what these are. No, it's a steam method.
It is a steam
Heck,
method.
the player knows what those are. I'm not sure if Aster knows.
You can make a nature check.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Just because, she has a little bit of elemental knowledge, so potentially. Yeah, 21.
I don't know if you might say you've seen these types of creatures before, but you'd at least know of them. And small elementals that are usually a lot more chaotic and frankly on the evil side of things. But this one seems like it's really tame and conscious of you guys and aware of what's going on.
I just
and then
need you guys to know really quickly that we've been playing together for how long? And I just panic clicked through like 3 or 4 different handouts because I was like, where's this picture? What am I looking at? And then I had to look at the stream to see that it was in chat because I'm fucking idiot. Anyways.
In your defense, it's rare that I just ping it to the Roll20 chat instead of having an actual handout. So I know you might have
panicked.
that.
I thought, why am I such an idiot right now?
Nope, it's just in the Roll20 chat. Okay. And then you mudbath folks are gonna want to go over here, and she'll open a door to you for a similar room, which is like an entryway with like little lockers or little cabinets to put your belongings in. And then out of the next door, you will see one of these guys, kind of actively tending to some steaming mud in a pit in the next room. And you're gonna hear this chittering going back and forth between the goblin and this creature, and the creature's gonna sort of fly into the room, and the goblin will follow and just pull up like this plywood sort of board and like awkwardly just thunk, stick it right in the mud, and it basically partially divides the pit of mud into a half, that you could like easily just walk around and see the other side, but like it's her crude attempt at dividing it for you guys, so you each have your own space. Yeah, well, there you go. Is there anything else you need?
A bottle of your greatest, fruitiest fermented fruit juices. You have a word for that?
Fine.
Yeah, but do you mean like to eat or to like, or drink or like put on yourself? Because like...
To drink, do you have one that's combination to drink and put on myself?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what your anatomy is like, and like things that can be potentially harmful and poisonous to you. So like, I couldn't really say for sure, but I could at least bring a couple things, and like, as long as I have your verbal permission to allow you to consume it, and that you won't, tell on me if something happens to you. Like, it's not my fault. Okay?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have a liability waiver.
Oh yeah. What?
A liability waiver. There's a necromancer in the city who can tell you all about that. I'll put you guys in contact so that way you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. She's just gonna like awkwardly turn away and start waddling away. Seems like she's gonna go fetch something for you.
Sick. And he runs and cannonballs into the mud. And it only makes like a bloop because he's very, very small.
Nice.
Ulta's going to awkwardly stand there and raise a hand and go, I massage. No? Okay. And then just head over towards the mud.
You muted yourself.
I know. Fuck. She's just gonna dangle her feet into Juno's mud pit, knowing that at least that one will be unpoop laden.
And the bubble rises from under and pops as it reaches the top of his little corner.
You hear Juno just like quietly gag.
All right. After a couple minutes, you will see this goblin come back. This time with another. You wanted the massage, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you can tell that this second goblin that has come with is like old as fucking dirt and has like a single small towel draped over their arm and like a little basket of some oils and other substances, and just nods you over to a door on the other side of your little mud bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
She'll willingly she'll go enjoy herself. She'll tip him nicely.
Holding my breath under the mud.
I am gently going to descend into the mud and just consistently be casting like purification spells in my area. Like some of them under the mud, some of them on top of the mud, just trying to make sure that this area is okay.
All the mud disappears.
But it doesn't say that thaumaturgy can do this, but I'm gonna say that it can.
It's flavor, go for it.
Yeah, so I am going to use thaumaturgy to make a very loud fart sound with a little bubble come out of the mud on top. So Spunk knows to stay away, or like something is happening over here. Yes, this is what I'm using thaumaturgy for. I need you to stay the fuck away from me. So I am fake farting it up.
Awesome.
Magic, are you really excited that your Tiamat campaign has turned into
butts and farts and cum?
Dude, we've had this campaign is so chock full of all sorts of like really high intensity, really serious and emotionally draining stuff. I'm cool with a spa day and some farts for a bit, okay? It's cool.
Sick. You see just a little hump come up out of the dirt or out of the mud, and it's a little like pointy purple but covered in mud booty hole, and then the legs kick out and like cup in the air, but it's like he's upside down. Clearly he's stuck his legs and lower body out.
Are you? Don't you dare.
And then you see the legs like the toes like curl, and he tenses and he just echoes into this chamber, and then he puts his legs together and goes back down into the mud.
I immediately leave. Real bath? I need a real bath, and I need my lungs cleaned. Someone please help.
So seeing that
I am like using thaumaturgy now to like call for help throughout this spa, just screaming.
So seeing that you're disturbed and upset, the mud mephit is gonna have this like moment and like scurry over to your side of the mud bath and just putting more hot mud into the mud bath.
I'm in hell. I am getting out of the mud bath. I am departing. I am leaving this space.
Yep, meanwhile, Astra's just like chilling, and well, not chilling, the opposite of chilling, I guess, in the sun. She's like avoiding all of this.
I love that.
Like, I'm just gonna go.
Has essentially played like the most parent role this entire campaign. Like, if anyone in this campaign deserves a spa day, it's definitely not Ulta or Spunk.
She's just hanging with the steam methods. Like, she does speak primordial, so she might try to like speak primordial to these things to figure out like if they can communicate back. Cause like, why not?
When you speak to it in primordial, it kind of tilts its head and gives you this chittering sound in response. Make a... No, we can use your passive for this. You can tell that it might have sort of understood you, but not entirely.
Yeah, a little bit of a language barrier there.
Yeah.
All right.
And every once in a while, it's
lesser
just gonna...
restoration on myself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that while I scream in panic.
You're going to every once in a while, Aster, this method is going to just sort of like take a deep breath and then up in the air. Then you'll just get an increasing amount of steam, or not increasing, sort of incremental steam from it as you go. But there is also a ladle and a bucket of water available to you with hot rocks in the sort of middle of the area. Ulta.
Yes.
Roll a D6, please.
2.
Lovely. This massage is awkward at best. This goblin's hands are bony and scaly and dry. She uses like some oils on you every once in a while, and that might be kind of pleasant depending on what Ulta actually wants, but like otherwise it's like everything you would expect out of like a really old decrepit person trying to give you a massage.
Ulta, if she like was rubbing her back, would start to like kind of slide away and absolutely just slide off the table and leave. But no like real words.
Okay. She just kind of like looks at you.
Ulta will put a gold on the table. Thank you for your service. And then just walk out.
I'm loving this for us.
This is very good.
Oh, this is great. Sorry for my coughing. I keep forgetting to mute myself. Is there anything else that any of you want to do at the spa while we're here? Oh, Juno, you were like calling for help. Hey, yeah, what's the problem?
I need a shower, an actual shower.
Oh,
Water,
yeah, it's just
soap,
right over
every incense you have.
there. Sure, that's just down the hall here. And she'll point to a room at the end of the hallway with a closed door.
Excellent. I go in there and start crying because I don't understand what's happening anymore. Why did I get in a mud bath with a frog? Juno is questioning a bunch of life choices up to this point.
Nice.
Like, I thought the fart would keep them away. Similar to, like, what Ulta and I did on the road to keep people away from us. And in fact, it seemed like a call and response of attraction, and I wasn't about it anymore, and I just needed to get out of hell as quickly as possible.
Okay. The room that you've entered is a stark contrast to the makeshift mud bathroom. It's actually rather nice and has a few buckets of warm water with ladles, not buckets, like large basins of water with large ladles, and assortments of oils and incenses for you to use.
Well, yeah.
That it?
I take a shower and cry. I have like an I Am Legend moment in the shower where I'm just leaning against the wall and you're like, camera pans away. There's clearly like the, do I want to continue living moment. And that's about it.
As also walks through the room with the mud pit, not knowing that Juno has left the mud pit, she's going to lean down into the pit that she thinks Juno is in and say, I think this might have been a bad idea. And then just get up and walk away. And head towards the lobby.
Okay. When you get to the lobby, nobody's there. Nobody else is there yet except the goblin that greeted you. What's everybody else doing?
depending on how... Oh, go ahead.
I was like, after Aster hears like probably enough commotion of like whatever the fuck is happening, like 2 doors down, and here's someone like walking out, and eventually probably Juno like storming out towards the lobby. She'll meet up with the rest of them.
Okay.
Spunk is gonna hang out under the water or under the muddy water for a few hours, at least a full hour.
Okay.
Before he climbs out. He's gonna try to swallow as much of it as he can and store it in his front stomach sack before he crawls out and just kind of like, and he's just gonna walk out into the lobby covered in mud. He does, assuming he doesn't see anybody that he knows this late. He's gonna look around, try to find somebody. He's not gonna see anybody he recognizes, so he's just gonna walk out and head back to the hotel. Just like dropping chunks of mud off of him as he like barefoot slaps back.
All right. As that whole thing is happening, the goblin at the front desk is just gonna kind of look at you and be like,
"Okay, thank you.
So how was it?"
It was the best. I loved it very much. I'm like a whole new Toad.
That's great. Happy to help. And she's just gonna kind of like peer over at the entire mud trail behind you.
Yep, thank you very much. I'm gonna grab their hand and shake it, and then walk out. Just.
All right, Juno. I believe that leaves you for anything else you want before whatever's next.
I think she'll have left just slightly before Spunk. Like, took a 45-minute shower. And passing the goblin will hear mutterings of, 214 years was a good run. Like, maybe I don't need to continue anymore. I don't really know. And it's just like mumblings like, what is happening? What is going on? Do I still need to do this anymore? Should I not? What's happening? And it's just the mumblings of a woman who's kind of gone mad as she's witnessed this crime against humanity of a little frog butthole just farting directly in front of her, and like seeing the tightening of the legs beforehand, I think is what really has sent her. Like, she knew it was coming and there wasn't anything she could do about it.
Nice.
It's like when you see a sandstorm coming in and you're about to get fucked, but like there's nowhere for you to run. It's just mayhem and death.
Awesome. Spa day.
This is the worst spa day I've been a part of in my life. Thank you.
Instead of relieving stress, it just gave you stress.
Yes. Juno now has my essential tremor. So that
Nice.
has transcended upon realities.
Awesome. So what's your next move, gang? It sounds like Spunk went to the inn.
Well, I guess if we hadn't stopped to wait, but I could kind of assumed we were all waiting in the lobby for Spunk to get done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I would have waited the hour and just like waited it out, unless.
Oh, then totally.
Okay.
I assume
Joe
everybody
is
would've
waiting
left.
outside, going just slightly mad.
So once we were all together, Ulta would turn to Aster and say, maybe now we, update everybody now that we're refreshed. As
Seems
you
like
were
a
the
good
only one looking refreshed, even remotely.
Exactly.
I love how that played out. Like, oh my god. This is too good. Actually,
Well, it
Spunk
sounds like
looks
a good
happy as
idea.
hell too.
Yeah, he does.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Heck, I totally cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. I didn't. I wasn't gonna add too much substantial conversation there. So
So where do we head to update everybody?
I don't know my way around the city. You do, so you will have to tell me.
Did we go to the? Oh, where was it that we went? The city council place, Castle
That would've been
Waterdeep.
at Castle Waterdeep, straight south from where you are.
Perfect. We'll go there on our way back to the yawning. Stop at Castle Waterdeep.
Okay, that puts us about here. Zoom this in a little bit more for chat. All right, and so you get to the front gates, and the guards will sort of like start to stop you at first, but then recognize Ulta at first, and then at least 2 more of you, 3 more of you, and let you pass. And am I correct in assuming that you go sort of like straight up to the level and area that you would have been at for the council meeting, or are you going elsewhere?
I would assume we would head to wherever we could find everyone in one place if that was possible. But if that's not, I think we would kind of like. I'm trying to not look to my left. Because all I see are the gifts from our stupid chat, and I regret participating. I would assume we would go to wherever we could find everyone together, and if not, I suppose we would just go individually.
Everyone together, meaning the 3 faction leaders?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they... I don't know if that's like... Because they were all together where we did like the... trial, only it's not a trial.
It felt like a trial to you guys, but that they did tell you that was an actual council meeting. You were just getting grilled about all the shit that's been going on, especially because you've been directly involved with a lot of like dangerous and crazy things that have been going on. Yeah, that one got me, guys. That one got me.
I'm not even gonna look. I have my my browser tab over Discord right now.
I'll digress
Just
for a
don't.
moment.
Just Discord doesn't need to be a thing anymore. Let's burn it to the ground.
I'm going to digress
That's
for
what
a
I
second
learned.
to point out for our viewers that I keep an eye on our Discord in case like something comes up and somebody needs to like make
Show
something
Discord
known,
on stream.
behind the
Let
scenes and all
them
that, and
witness.
it has absolutely divulged into a chaos of mud and poop and what the fuck is going on here.
It's shit coming poop and occasional like why am I alive gif.
If this isn't D&D, I don't know what is. Anywho,
How do you play Dungeons and Dragons? What do you see?
it's a bunch of shit posting.
With Puka.
There you go.
Puka.
Okay. So
I love you, heck. I love you so much.
So
Man,
you do get to the
3
side
years.
room. You do get to a side room that you see all 3 of the faction leaders. All 4 of the faction leaders that you're used to, in the middle of a sort of meeting.
Ulta will knock, even if the door is open.
Door is open. You knock, and they will all look at you, and Astriel will stand up and greet you all with open arms.
I tried to get in touch earlier. We had a spa day. You missed out, you know.
Yeah, we are rather busy pretty much all day, every day, but I hope it was helpful.
It was
Mixed
nice.
results.
It was nice for Aster and our new friend.
Yeah,
Spunk.
who's this? Spunk.
Yes.
Astriel. And she's gonna offer a hand down to you. I think it's safe to say from the trek from the spot to here that whatever mud was left is at least partially dried.
Yeah, it's dirt at this point.
Yeah, like caked on dirt. Maybe a little layer of moisture on the, the part that's directly touching your skin, but it doesn't exactly like slop like it did at first.
Yeah, he'll pick the dry crumbly bits off and shake his hand and then do that that thing that boomers do when they come out of the bathroom, like
Yup.
hey, nice to meet you.
Accurate. Well, it's good to see you have more help. I shouldn't call it help. Another companion. You got your directions on where we think you should head next, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we have any more information about it specifically, but is there anything else that we can help with before you head out?
Well, I mean, it wasn't exactly recommended that we go alone. Is there any way to reinforce that area more? I mean, it's a little difficult given the mountainous region and everything.
Actually, going alone was exactly what we had in mind, so that you can keep a sort of low profile in case anything might happen. It's to our advantage that you're among the newer and least known of our operatives.
Which is surprising considering we've been up close and personal so many times.
Yes, but I would say, and I think we'd all agree, and she'd look at the other three, as she says, we can't really argue with the results.
Well, I guess so. Just clarifying, we're gonna head there and grab this mask, or at least that's the hope. Are we just getting the one, or are there multiple that we think are there? I don't remember this exactly, or if we talked about this.
Leosin is going to chime in at this point and say, Our intelligence tells us that Faerûn, let me double check this before I say it. Yes. Faerûn, the dwarf, is the current holder of a white dragon mask and has pursued something in the Serpent Hills, but had an encounter at Borskir Bridge. We don't know what he's looking for specifically or why he seems to be there almost alone, but that is the advantage that we have and why we're leaning in to have you guys go seek him out.
What was the name of the place that we think he is? Not the Serpent Hills, but what came next?
Borskir Bridge. And this is over the table. This is something that he had told you while you were on the boat on the way here. That's Boeskyr Bridge.
Oh, I was close.
Boeskyr. I was not close.
Boerskyr.
I'm sure.
And he will let you know that you can either take the river from the seaside into it, or you can take the tradeway southward. This is a choice of by land or by water.
Would we be able to hire our friend to go by water, move quickly, or one who brought us to find Spunk / other dragons?
I believe that the frost skimmer would be able to take you at least to the mouth of the river, but probably not any farther. It is quite large.
I'm fine going by water. What do you all think?
Yeah. That seemed to go well enough for us last time.
I love the water, so no complaints here.
Would work for me.
Anything else then?
We'll just need some time to maybe see if our new friend, and she will jaunt a thumb over at Spunk, needs any like armor or weapons or anything like that. Just make sure he's all outfitted. Where can we get the boat? What time do we have to leave by? Like, what's the itinerary, Captain?
I can send a message to Captain Laruska immediately and request that he be ready to go as soon as this evening, if that's what you would like.
Is there a smaller boat that we rent once we get to the mouth of the river, or do we need to?
I presume that he will at least have some sort of canoe or rowboat or two for you to use.
Is there like an automated option? Like one that doesn't require effort?
Well, that would depend entirely on if he's worked on one.
Okay.
We'll check with him then. Ulta will give a little salute and walk out, but not before checking with Spunk to see, hey, do you need like weapons or like some armor?
Not really. I carry one weapon with me at all times, but I haven't had to use it yet. It was left behind a long time ago by somebody who came traipsing through the forest. Really snooty looking fuck. And he dropped this weapon and I took it. And it's always in my stomach. It's right here. And he reaches down and he kind of roots around for a bit and he pulls out. It's a little muddy at this point. But he pulls out this like 9-chambered gun out of his gullet. It's just a very simple, again, 9 chambers and a rotating hammer with a long, large barrel at the end and a short pistol grip. Yeah, it's not perfect, and I should probably clean it now. I stored it a little close to the mud that I took from that bathhouse. But it works sometimes, occasionally. Most times. I've only had to use it like 3 times, and it worked twice.
Do you want to like maybe have someone look at it? Can we find someone to look at it for you to make it go off all 3 times instead of just...
Oh, yeah, that could be good. Do you know somebody in town who does like
magic? Do I know an artificer in town?
You do not.
Shit. I do know of other magic places. So we could start there and maybe see what they say.
If we could just get, like, if we can't find somebody who can do it, maybe we could just find, like, you know, instruction manuals on how to disassemble and clean it. I've been playing with it for a long time.
Ask LSAO if they know of any instruction manuals.
What'd you say? Ask LMFAO?
Ask my spouse. They're a wizard.
Oh.
They know manuals.
Okay. Do you think this is magic? This seems. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's loud and it's flashy.
I mean, it might not be magic, but they also love reading, even things that aren't necessarily magic. They just like to learn new things.
Okay. Yeah, no, I vibe with that. Let's go find your husband.
Spouse.
Let's
Partner?
go find your spouse, your partner. If they know magic, how come they're not with us?
They've been asked to actually help in more, I don't want to say important ways, but in more brains related rather than combat related. If that makes sense.
I see. They are.
Yeah.
In the office rather than on the field, in a way.
Gotcha. They're a nerd.
Intel
Yes.
rather than infantry.
There you go.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. That's
Which is what we are. And I look at our group and I'm just like, what the hell?
what you're saying is these people have deemed us expendable.
I mean, not really, because I'm here. So I'm like the one that has to revive you. It's the wimpy nerds that have to stay back.
Right.
Astriel's going to chime in at when you say expendable, Spunk, and say, on the contrary, rather capable.
Well, yeah, but like, you wouldn't hire complete idiots to do this, would you?
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But like, if we were a little bit smarter and a little bit less unique, then we would probably be behind the desk, no?
I have no idea.
Something that keeps me up at night. Anyway, about I don't know what this thing is. What do you call this thing? But I found it. He left it behind, and now and if we could find a thing for it, that'd be great. Maybe instruction manuals, maybe a person who knows. Maybe your spouse, your Hesparsener.
A Hesparsener. I'm gonna send a message to my Hesparsener.
Okay, as all of this is happening, Aster, with your crazy passive perception, you're going to notice that Rydoth has been characteristically rather quiet and just really observant for this whole conversation. And at one point will, like, for just a brief moment, catch eyes with you and just give you like a smile and a sort of wink as he sort of snaps his finger next to his head, and you will feel like, I think you said at one point you had a bunch of pockets, right? Or am I misremembering that?
I don't know.
You'll feel one of your, we'll say like a pocket or at least some container, I guess, on your person. You'll feel it sort of sag a little bit, as if something was just put inside. Okay, a message. We're doing a message.
Yes. Hello, my love. We're in town. There's a frog person now. Do you know anything about... Do we know what this is called? Do we know that it's a gun?
You do
Would
not.
we know this? Handheld devices that explode and cause harm to people. That's right.
So you ask them if they know what that is?
Yes.
You are going to get a response that is far longer than you think it should, that they would be able to send. Just like gushing about hearing from you again and telling you like in an instant about all this stuff that they've been doing and things they've been studying and people they've been helping and training in various types of magic. And then eventually we'll get to... I gotta close this chat, you guys.
Better not have any safety issues.
You better
now,
not try to send me anything important in there. Eventually get to they have no idea what that is and actually have not met any artificers in their time here.
Well,
I will send another message. This one will be cast at 4th level. Okay. So there's a trigger and ammunition that goes in it. Do you have instruction manuals? Or perhaps anything to help a frog, wizard, artificer? I think that was 25 words. It might have been 15, but I can't count.
That's okay.
Got back to the left hand again, so I just assumed.
They will respond that they don't know anything offhand, but they could certainly search for you.
Cool. I sent another message at 4th level. Thank you. Miss you. I don't think we're here long. We're going back out in the fields. I love you.
You're going to hear a pop behind you guys, and Juno, you will be met with a rather strong and familiar embrace from behind.
I will yelp at the being startled point, and then I'm going to turn and with like nothing in my expression, just like void of all emotion. I saw a frog's butthole flex and a fart come out within 10 feet of me. I saw their leg tense. I don't know what this world is anymore. This is Spunk. And then I point at said frog.
Spunk, so the person that's joined you for the moment is rather tall and built and looks very much like an elf, but there's something different and off, I guess, about them. You can kind of tell at first from like their skin tone that it doesn't really match what you see from either of the twins here, because Icarus is still here, just omnisciently over the table. And so like similar sort of facial structure, ears, overall look, but again, much more built, and something is kind of different about their, I guess, presence or how you feel around them. There's a certain like strength, almost like a static in the air sort of thing, that you feel you're experienced enough with magic that you can tell it's at least partially based in like the strength and potency of their magical capabilities, but not completely. And Juno, LSAO is going to look at you with this sort of like smirk on their face and say, "You saw that one's butthole?"
It's a cloaca. Nice to meet you.
they'll shake your hand and just give you a kind of chuckle and say, "Sounds like it's kind of funny."
It was, in retrospect, hilarious. I
had
didn't
no
know she was
idea.
in the room.
You did know. I was in there with you. We both went into the mud.
I was under mud when I did that. I didn't know you were still in the room.
Just like a
Eliseo's-
moment of trauma.
Eliseo's gonna pull you in again, Juno, and say, I didn't realize that you were here. But you said you were leaving again.
I think so. I think we're going on another boat that goes super fast, maybe even floats a little bit. There's just like little misty eyed as she realizes like just how much she's missed being around Eliseo. We're gonna do our best to stay alive. We encountered another dragon. Cyan Wrath is dead again. And then I just like word vomit what has transpired outside of like what I've sent through messaging every single night that I've had the extra spell slots to send messages. Also, how can you respond in more than 25 words?
One of many tricks that I've developed and learned sort of in coherence with the headmaster while I've been here. Oh, speaking of, I made this for us, /you/us, and is going to hand you a small book.
Eliseo, you know I don't like to read.
It won't be quite so much like reading. Open it.
I open it. Are there pictures inside?
The first page is the only page in the entire book that has anything in it. It's a couple paragraphs of text that you can read. It's written in the common language, but when you open it, it's actually narrating itself in your head in Eliseo's voice, and it's essentially a story about how they tried to and figured out how to make this book so that you could communicate when you need to at the end of each day to fill in each other on the happenings that you've experienced.
I start writing down everything that I don't want to say out loud that's rude in front of someone. That's just like, oh my fucking god! Like all of the screaming that I did earlier now enters this book.
She's gonna like.
There is aggressive scribbling.
They are going to sort of peer over as you're writing that down and just give like a smirk, and then pull out an identical book from their satchel and open it up, show it to you. Their first page opens with the handwriting that looks exactly like yours, matching exactly everything you said.
Pictures? I'm
Yes.
going to do the best I can to draw the clenching of the legs and the tiny frog butthole. Cloaca? Is that what you called it?
Cloaca, yes.
Make a performance check to see how well you draw this.
Excellent. I'm very charismatic. 6.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I point with arrows.
When
and
Eliseo
describe.
sees it happen on their end, they're just gonna kind of.
Excellent. Hello, I love you. This is marvelous.
I love you too, and best of luck.
Are the rest of us watching this? Is this all being said out loud?
Yeah, aside from the drawing of the butthole.
So everything for the parts that I described for Juno and Eliseo, that like everything that's in text is being narrated to them. They are only hearing that in their own minds. So all you guys see is like they're passing notes in class. That's all you can really see.
Okay. I'm gonna tap on Juno's leg and I'm going to jot down with my own pen and quill. Don't worry, we offered everybody a second chance. ... Because that was a big deal. So Ulta will, but she's not going to say that out loud because she doesn't want Spunk to know that they have even remotely a sliver of humanity. Because they've almost murdered each other. So she's definitely not going to say that out loud. But she definitely wants LSA to know that they are continuing to uphold their bargain.
LSA will give you a quick look and a smirk, Ulta, in response. So it would be clear that they certainly got the message.
Great. And she'll just lots more saluting.
LSAO is going to lean in, Juno, and give you a kiss on the forehead and say, let me know again when you're back.
Okay. Do you have like 15 minutes?
I can.
Hold, please. My computer is freaking out. Did you say yes?
Yeah, she did. They did.
I am going to grab their hand and find the nearest room that has a closed door with no one inside of it, and just have 15 minutes of fade to black time.
All right. Nice.
Trying to get booked.
15 minutes. Jesus.
Woo!
That's all I need. It's a fast turnaround.
LSAO has gone back to their business, and you guys are at the castle. We're gonna say you have another opportunity to address the Jesus, words are hard. Faction leaders before you leave, if you would like, or you can just go.
I think Ulta had taken care of everything she needed to, so she would be good.
Question for all of you faction leaders present. Do you have like a personality quiz or something like that you use to recruit new members? I just, like, in case Spunk were ever interested, do you guys have pamphlets or anything like that about who you are, what you stand for? Anything? No?
Anthar will chime in at this because he hasn't said anything, and say it's more of a one-on-one meeting.
Do you think I would be good as a faction leader?
Are you asking Juno or him?
Yeah, I'm looking at Juno. Sorry, I was looking at my dog.
No,
Forgot you can't
it's
fucking
not
see.
about becoming a faction leader right away. If you work your way up through the ranks,
Yeah,
some
I should
might
probably
consider
learn
it a
some,
pyramid scheme. But if you want to learn more about the different factions, Ulta, Aster, and I are all in different factions. Anthar's in a faction.
I know some basic geometry, but I should probably learn some more advanced math before I work my way up to factions.
No, not fractions. Factions. Groups of people with common goals and aligning interests.
Right, like 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Colgate. That, right? That's a faction.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not an ad.
Not an ad. But brush your teeth every month.
I
Yeah.
don't have any teeth. I have a bill, a little beak kind of thing with an actuating rotator tendon at the back. You want to see it? I can pull it out.
No. I've already seen a lot today.
That reminds me, I should get back to the inn so I can empty out this 5-pound bag of mud I'm carrying around inside of me. It's not innuendo. I swallowed a lot of it.
You can see the question why on Juno's face, and then you watch her swallow that question because she doesn't want to know the answer.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. Back to the yawning portal, and then we'll go to the docks. Or are we staying here one more night?
What time is it?
Because if we're staying here one more night, you're gonna need a new room.
Do they have a boat ready for
I think
us?
I'll say it will.
I think they can prepare something rather quickly, and for something like this, time does seem to be of the essence.
How much time do you uppity people need to get a boat ready for us to do that thing you asked us to do?
You're talking to the faction people now?
Yes, now I'm talking to the faction
Okay.
people.
Astriel will chime in again. It sounds like Captain Laruska can be ready within the hour. I just wanted to make sure that he had enough time to rest if he wanted, handle any business in the city if he needed, things along those lines. But it seems that he can be ready to go soon.
And what time is it now?
It's like midday. Like right at midday.
So we have like half a day left if you wanted to like. Seems like time is of the essence for your kind of work, though, no?
In most cases, yes. But, as we said,
Always.
Faerûn seems to be alone for some reason or another, and I frankly have no idea if that will be a time-sensitive matter or not.
You could always throw up the mud onto the boat. I do it fun.
True. More importantly, are you gonna need another 15 minutes before we go?
I mean, I'll always take an additional 15 minutes, but I don't need one.
Sure. I mean, who needs one? But I'm saying, would you rather spend the rest of this half day with your partner? Or would you rather go now?
I would rather spend it with my partner, but duty calls for us to go.
She said duty. Okay, yeah, let's go now then. Prepare the boat, fraction people. We are going to leave as soon as it's ready, I guess. Did we even spend the night in the hotel?
No.
Okay.
We spent the afternoon there very briefly.
The 5 rooms are reserved for at least the next 2 weeks for you.
Are we coming back in 2 weeks?
Back at all. You could die. And Juno will start walking away.
That's... Wow. I have a lot to think about. I didn't write any letters for people back home. Oh my God, I could die. I'm going to go lay down for a little bit. I guess I won't be needing this. And he'll pull out the stomach sack of mud and he'll just like invert it so that it just mud all over the floor here. I don't need this anymore. We're leaving.
All 4 of them are just going to be like... And then like look at Ulta and Aster and Juno and Icarus kind of intermittently.
Yeah, Aster is just going to look over to Rydoth and just sign in Druidic, just sorry.
Nice. Anything else?
Juno will give bisexual finger guns and walk the fuck out of here. Get me out of this hellscape.
Yeah. Did we decide if we were going to try to find somebody to look at the weapon that Spunk had brandished covered in mud? Or
Shit,
were we
I
just...
forgot all
I think
about that.
LSAO is looking into it. Could we have shown it to LSAO while we were standing here?
Yes,
Okay.
you did say that you
Look, a new
intended to do
thing.
that. You did say that you intended to do that, and they said they were going to put in some time to try and figure that out.
Chickadee check. And Ulta will double check. Spunk, you don't need like armor, or do you need like a certain food to take with you? Because like now's the time to get it, because you could get like a lot of stuff here. So
I guess so. I don't. Do I have any money?
we have money, Spunk.
Okay. Are you sure? Cause like, I don't have anything except, you know, the goo in my body and
Yep.
and a couple of rim shot jokes. But
I mean, you can do rim jobs on whoever you want as long
No.
as it's consensual.
rim shot jokes.
Oh.
As-
Okay, sorry.
did I say rim
misunderstood.
job?
No, thank you.
Froggy and slip.
Oh my god, yes.
So, Ulta will say, we'll go ahead and pay for whatever you need, as long as whatever juices you excrete from here on out are not dangerous to us. Can you just make it not an attack?
None of them are dangerous per se.
Us.
I will, however, require the following: a lodestone, a pearl of at least a value of 1,000 gold or more. I need to find a place where they sell licorice roots. I can make my own guano, that's fine.
All right, to the magic shop, it sounds like. Or to an alchemy shop? Is that what you're saying? What are you thinking?
An alchemy shop, a jeweler, and perhaps a candy store. Or an explosives depot. One of those places. All of those places, probably.
All right. I know some of those. I don't know about all of them. So I will take Spunk, and if the rest of the gang wants to join, they are welcome to. But Ulta will make sure that Spunk is able to find his spell casting implements as needed.
Yeah, so
and she will front the money for it and remind him politely to not kill her in her sleep.
So, is this something we want to sort of fast forward through? Just make sure you have all the details straight, or do you want to actually?
Yeah. Also, we could fast forward through it, but I'm also going to need like a box of metal ball bearings.
Okay. So I think
Should we do here, Magic? Do you want us to make you a list so that you can tally up how much it'll cost total?
Bright, go ahead and tally up the total cost of the items that you need as what they're listed at. Anything you don't know, send it to me, and I'll figure it out and send that to Ulta, or for Chrissy to reduce from Ulta's bankroll. For the record, if anybody wants to use this information, everything that Spunk needs is findable between Diluntir's Apothecary and the Serene, which you have all been to, other than Spunk, before at least once.
Have in my notes, fuck the Serene. Got it.
Yep. So, factor in the quantity, of course. Bright, as you're tallying all that up. And yeah, that can be taken care of.
Okay.
And you can add those items to your inventory. I can't recall what of them might have significant weight other than the ball bearings, but just in case. Anything else?
That is all.
Okay.
For me anyway.
I buy another chalice.
Yeah.
I haven't used the first hero's piece, but I just want to have another one just in case.
And then what's next for you?
We'll just make sure we have enough money to travel if needed, and that's all. That's all Alta would do. If anyone else wants to do anything else, obviously, but that's my answer.
Aster's ready to go.
You didn't
That's a
get an
thumbs up.
expert. How much time are they going to need to find an expert on this boom hand cannon?
Who is that question directed at?
Whoever has the answer to it.
I presume Juno is your best option at the moment.
Well, somebody said that they were going to take time to look into the gun.
Yeah. LSA was going to look into it. Do we know how long LSA will be looking? Do we have a general time frame?
They
Or
did
is it just
not.
like a...
Yeah, they did not give you a general time frame. They
That
just
is
said they were
currently
going to look into it.
undefined skunk.
Okay, then I guess I'll put this back where I had it, and he'll set the gun kind of like
Doesn't
pointing
feel
upward.
safe.
And then he'll step over it and like pull apart his cheeks and like sit and leave it in there. All right, it's back in where it belongs.
Alta's just deeply
Skunk?
nodding.
Is
with
it
her eyes
loaded?
closed.
Is that safe?
It what do you mean loaded?
Is there ammunition inside your weapon?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you about to poop? Is there ammunition inside the weapon?
I don't feel like I have to poop.
Is your
Oh,
poop
you meant-
ammunition?
I don't know what ammunition is, but
Well, like with a bow and arrow, the arrow is the ammunition.
oh, so like
So, like, turds are your butt's ammunition.
sure. I have this image in my head of like firing them out like arrows, but okay. Ammunition. Okay, so like, yeah. I don't know. I played with it enough to know how it works, but like I don't know if it's loaded. Does that mean full of ammunition? Like loaded with? Okay. I don't think so. I think I used all the bullets.
Do we need to acquire more?
No, we got some during that
Okay.
weird montage we all went through moments ago.
Shopping episode.
Anyway, more questions about my method of storage that seems to have alerted people.
I mean, you shoved something that you said killed people up your ass, so
Yeah, where
I
do
feel
you
like we
store
are
your
valid in our
weapons?
concern. What?
Where do you store your weapons?
Juno just unsheaths the warhammer that's currently strapped to her back.
See, from where I'm standing, it looks like you pulled that out from behind you.
Juno will rotate 180 degrees where you can clearly see it clipped behind her cape. Like, not underneath it, but like actually accessible,
Uh-huh.
not in the butt.
Are you implying that my weapon is not accessible?
I don't know
You know
if
what?
I would question or test that.
It's fine.
Because I
It's
will
fine.
have you know it's very accessible, and spins around and like bends over, and like the gun nozzle like pokes out. Freeze!
Juno faints. She just at this point, it's just she just can't do it anymore.
Oh man.
She could have been shot at earlier in the mud pit.
Are you having fun, Bright?
I'm having so much fun with this.
All right, what's the play?
I think we're ready.
I think we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you meet Captain Laruska at the same dock that he originally dropped you off at. He'll just sort of greet you, and then when you get there, and keep sort of tending to whatever it is he's preparing.
We will enter the boat and get ready to set sail. I'm not looking at that chat. I refuse to glance to my left side because with how quiet both Bright and Corndog are, they're either looking for a gift or there is one that I cannot look at currently.
That's a fair assessment.
All right, the captain will let you all know that you should be at the Winding Water in a matter of a few hours, and tell you to hang on.
Alta will look over at Juno and whisper, are you going to ask him if he has a automatic option for the boat to take us the rest of the way?
Yes. I will send another message. Do you have a smaller boat that can take us the rest of the way? Or do we have to row like peasants?
You know, we can. I'm right here. We can just talk.
Oh, I thought you weren't at the boat yet. Sorry, my apologies. So that's a fourth spell slot. Just
No, you know, if you didn't realize he was actually there, he's there. He greeted you when you got to the boat. Yeah.
Hi. Yes. Do you have a smaller boat? Do we need to procure one? Do we have to row like peasants? Is that going to be something that we have to do again?
We have canoes and rowboats for you. I have canoes and rowboats for you. But no, the Frost Skimmer consumes nearly all of my time as far as working goes.
Well. Well, shall we go? How long is it going to take us to get there? Close.
Just a few hours.
A few hours? Oh no! So we won't even be able to rest. Okay. Wonderful. Juno is going to go to the spot that she left her pile of blankets in and hide underneath that for the remainder of this excursion until they get let off this boat.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything on the journey as Captain Laruska does his iconic staff tap on the deck and you all take off?
Nope. I can't remember how long he said we would be traveling for, though.
I'm gonna say 3 hours. Let me look at this real quick.
Check.
It's a fast boat.
Yep, about 3
Well,
hours.
this is just to get to the mouth of the river. For the smaller boats, are there any options that maybe have sails or some type of wind power?
I might be able to slap one onto them for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Aster has a plan. She's thinking.
All right. So you have 3 hours. Would you like to use any or all of that time for short resting or activities that you are working on, projects that you're working on?
Yeah, I'll do some activity. Let's see, I'll do 3 checks. Okay, survival. Good.
Anybody else?
Ulta would
kind of
for sure.
What kind of activities can you do for 3 hours?
You can work on your project, which is 1 basically check or working on it / attempt per hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Magic.
Continue mine. I'm just gonna roll 3 times. Go. You can say your thing. Magic knows what I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
Magic, you also know what I'm working on, but what should I roll for it? To harness my elf eyes into something greater than they currently are.
I believe we were doing I forget if it was Arcana or Religion. It's a feat, right? It's an innate feature for you, not a spell. Or do I have that backwards?
I'm working on making True Sight an innate feature rather than a spell.
Oh, that's right.
Because I can currently take it as a spell. But I have all these other amazing eyeball powers. Just as is, so.
Let's I believe I was doing Arcana checks for that.
Whoa. Arcana. What's the DC?
The DC for this is 18.
Well, I have a +0.
Ouch. This is tough. This is a tough activity, so.
Sick. Failed 3 times.
Rip. But you still get the 3
Rip.
skill points. Making a note for myself to update the activities document for you guys. Oh, and I got posted in the Discord too. Sorry about that. I forgot that we're in a different channel than Discord channel with the group. So I'll take care of that. As well as the overall timeline for you guys. Anything else? Whoops.
I rolled 2 successes on my little bomb.
Awesome. And you're tracking those?
Yeah, I'm
Sweet.
up to 24 out of 30.
Sweet.
My dumbass is gonna ask again. What do you do when you crit?
It's going
I'm
to be.
gonna ask every time.
It's okay. Crit success is 2 successes. Crit fail is 2 fails.
Okay. I will ask how this works. This is one of my favorite things that you've done to like homebrew. It's really one of my favorites, but I will legitimately probably ask you how it works every single fucking time we play.
That is okay. I do know that I can do. I thought of a couple ways to better document for you guys, like just the sort of basic instruction on that document itself. And then we can collectively keep track on there as well, so stuff doesn't get lost. Anything else? Okay.
How many skill points? 3 skill points.
How many skill points? One skill point per attempt plus 1 for spending the time. Sorry. Nope. 1 skill point per attempt because you're spending the time. An additional skill point per success plus 1 more for the crit.
Okay. when I hit, because that put me at third. Okay. This is where I turn into a dump. So I'm at 63 skill points. How many skill points to lower the DC?
That would have been
Right?
50.
Oh.
Yep.
Wah, wah.
That is okay. Your 6 still fails, so that didn't change.
Sure. Yeah. But then when I hit 30 skill check successes, Sunrunner, no sit, stay, and fly, and I just hit that.
Yes. Okay. So that we're calling that project complete.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
So did you just get to complete with that, or did you go over a little bit? AKA into the
No,
next
it
one.
literally hit like 30 with the crit. That was why I was asking how many the crit was worth. And
Okay.
then it put me at 63 for the skill points. So
Okay.
that should actually be like 9 or something. Like I'm not good at math, so don't actually ask me the math. But like
It's okay. Okay, so yeah, in between this session and the next session, I'll update that document so that the whole tier thing is more clear. I'm just setting the DCs for everybody's individual projects as you come up with your projects, because levels of difficulty can't really be put into a template like that. So we'll get that all hammered out behind the scenes. But it sounds like you have. So if you're at 63, you want to still keep adding to that 63, because that's a whole cumulative thing for like mastering that type of craft, and therefore making other projects in that type of craft easier to do overall. And then the one you were working on is now officially complete. You are successfully able to get Sunrunner to say again. What were those 3?
sit, stay, and fly.
There you go. So now you can go on to a new one or something else entirely, whatever you choose.
I had been going back and forth when we were doing long trips for the last trip, where we did like the 20 whatever,
Yeah.
where I did a ton of them. So I did some of them for rollover, fetch, and spitfire.
Gotcha.
So I
Okay.
have that to work on. So okay, now I'm done taking up the time. Okay, thanks, bye.
No worries. Anything else for anybody else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. So then we arrive at the mouth of the winding water, where you see that Captain Laruska is slowing down and basically like snapping his fingers, pointing at the deck of Frost Skimmer, and these like very clean cut compartments will open up out of the deck, and in the middle of thin air will rise up 2 canoes, essentially, that look like they could fit 3-ish average sized people at a time. And he's going to sort of hum and haw for like a moment, and then start casting a spell, and sort of tap the front of his staff instead of the bottom this time on the deck. You'll see some of the wood on the deck thin just a tiny bit, and a bunch of dust will start to form on the surface of it, with this sort of like vibrating effect and sound, as if it's sort of like being sanded off right before your eyes. And this sand will sort of wisp over to the 2 canoes and start to form a small mast on the sort of front half of each of them, or at least what is the pole that makes up what holds the mast? You know what I mean? And out of it,
I'm gonna answer poop deck every time.
there you go. And then out of each will sort of poof out a small mast, and in the back you'll see a sort of steering fin form. So you have sails on your small canoes, and he will whisk them off into the water with a small walking platform and indicate for you to go as you wish.
Is there just one or are there multiple?
There are 2.
Ooh, okay. Alta will get into the boat with Aster.
By the way, for anybody watching live, sorry YouTubers, if you want to have some influence on the game as it happens, you're welcome to join us during the live sessions and do so. We have a panel at if you scroll down underneath the live stream, that indicates some incentives and ways that you can influence the game as we're playing it. We have a very generous donation from Mr. Saito. Thank you so much. Which was more than enough to hand the group a couple of magic items. So I modified the intent of just handing you guys a couple of canoes to giving you guys a couple of magical canoes that you requested because of that generous donation. So.
I love you so much. I did not want to row. Courtney in real life knows what that's like, and I am not here for it. Especially if we're going through the mouth and in. Like, that means we're paddling upstream. No, thank you.
That means I can spend my time doing jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah!
Oh man, just gonna throw up.
Episode 5, Spunk fucking dies.
Right, it's like, I fucking hate this character.
Oh my god.
So the real question is Spunk.
For anyone just joining stream, that's in reference to Spunk having a gun up his ass, doing jumping jacks.
We don't have any fun here at all. I don't want to hear any complaints that my campaign's too serious, guys.
How do we clip? I don't know how to clip.
What's the end action thing? It looks like that on the bottom right-hand side of the stream screen.
Here's the thing, is that like, for a while I was like, man, this game is like a lot. We're like constantly battling and we're always fighting. And then we have games like this where I'm like, what are we doing? And why did Spunk just shove a gun in his ass? Like, I just get very confused.
D&D. All right. So, on that note, you guys you have a couple of canoes available to you now. Basically, small sailboat canoes.
Okay. Can we ride them now?
Yeah.
I thought we were on a bigger boat.
You have a walking platform extending from the bigger boat to the small canoes.
The bigger boat can't go to where we need it to go, so he's kicking us out.
I'm gonna climb into one of the canoes. Sailboats. Canoes. Sailboat. Which one is it? Is it a sailboat or is it a canoe?
I have no idea what to call it, but it should work for you.
A skiff?
Skiff. That's not a bad name for it.
I'm gonna climb into one. There's 3?
There are 2.
Oh. I climb into one. And I wave for Juno to come in with me. Come on, hurry up. We don't have all day.
Sorry, I'm currently clipping jumping jacks and
I
have
already
not
got
listened for the past 10 seconds.
Spunk is feverishly indicating for you to join him in the sail canoe thing that he has hopped into.
My twin and I join, and I stare over at Ulta and Aster for daring to go in the other boat, and once again leaving me with Spunk.
Spunk grabs one of the oars and squats, and as he squats, you hear...
Oh my god. Okay.
Elsa's gonna shout, "One in the chamber."
Yep.
To it. What is the phrase? One in the stink.
Is it
Anyway,
one?
I'm gonna start rowing now.
God.
Just before you start to take off, Captain Laruska will yell over to you guys, "The command word is skim!" And when he says skim, both of the boats are just gonna take right off in a similar fashion to Frost Skimmer itself. Not nearly as fast, but certainly faster than you would be rowing.
But can we make it faster?
You may try.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I am going to go ahead and cast Control Winds
Okay.
and put some air into those sails. Hold on, I'm gonna hopefully be able to ping it in chat. I don't know how this works. Don't know if that's right. Nope, that's just great. Cool.
That's all right. I got it.
But basically, I just want to make some gusts, and because it's like a massive range, it's like 100-foot cube. Like I can do both of the ships easily.
I like it. It happens. So yeah, the magic of the boats themselves and your spell combine for an even quicker journey. Spoiler alert, there's a little bit more downtime here. You're gonna have another 2 hours to do what you would like.
Although I don't know, if I'm concentrating on this, I probably can't do downtime stuff, right?
Oh, it's concentration? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's concentration up to an hour, and I can do it twice, which I'll probably be doing both.
Okay.
Both hours.
Then yeah, go ahead and mark those off, and that is going to occupy you.
Yeah, no problem.
More jumping jacks.
More jumping jacks.
1, 2, 3. I'll roll twice more for my La Bamba.
Is there anything that you guys want to be discussing while we're on this journey? I gotta bring you guys back in a little bit from the craziness.
From the gun butt jumping jacks.
I call it the fart cannon.
Ulta would ask Aster, wasn't this somewhere near where your tribe was from? Or your clan? I'm not sure what I remember you calling them.
I mean, either is an appropriate term, but I think aren't we going, we're going east, or are we going south?
Sorry, was that a question for me?
north?
Yeah, are we headed, we're headed east, right?
East.
Yeah, you're going this way along the river.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm from, it's like south of Greenest. I'm not sure if we're going that far.
This is Greenest is southeast of you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so far you don't really recognize anything about the space that you're traveling.
But it's near where you attempted to heal that tree, right?
Yeah, I think we're a little further north of that, right? But yeah.
So far, legitimately, none of you recognize where you are.
Oh.
Spoiler alert, eventually, actually, no, we can... Nope, I am going to correct that. You are eventually going to get to about here, which will cross the Coastway Road. You guys can see that, right? Yes. So this Coastway Road into the Troll Claws, as labeled on the map, that is where you start to recognize at least that bit of where you are. And that you would recognize that farther north is the sort of merging point that you first picked up Jamna on the road. I'm not recalling, I apologize, I'm not recalling if the whole first indication of the sickening wood thing was before or after that? I want to say it was after.
I think it was after.
I think so,
it's
too.
over
Thank you.
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, up there.
check. Okay.
We were on that road.
Ulta would just be trying to gauge where she's at and understand, like, where in the world she is
Gotcha.
by any sort of, like, understanding of what she's done in the past. So,
Yeah, south of you is that the Fields of the Dead, where you had encountered all those nomadic groups of people. North of you is where you first picked up Jamna, and I think a little bit past that, yeah, the whole Blighted Woods thing is north of here, as well as where that's the same place you picked up Asbara. And that whole thing started. Anything else you guys want to discuss until we get to this point? Or do?
No.
No, Ulta wouldn't know that. Never mind. I was gonna say, would Aster share what she got from Rygoth?
Oh my god, there were so many shenanigans going on that she meant, like, while we were walking out the check, but heck, the player was so distracted.
That's okay. So what do you want to do about that?
Yeah, I definitely, like, want to see what Rygoth gifted her for sure.
Yeah, make a nature check, please.
Oh my, okay.
Actually, or survival, whichever would be more
Ooh.
advantageous for you.
My survival is higher. We're gonna do that. 15.
Okay. There is a mix of a total of 20 berries in your pocket, 10 of which you would absolutely recognize as good berries, as the spell states. The other 10, I'm going to say the good berries are like a sort of raspberry looking, very like little polyps and bright red. The others are going to be more smooth and rounded and a sort of bluish green color. You would recognize them. I completely forgot the name I wanted to give them, so I will have to give that to you next time. I apologize unless I remember it in the next half hour. But you would recognize these as berries that can cure minor ailments, like poisons and sickness.
Cool. Pride up coming in clutch.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay. As you are sailing along and are nearing the place that you would recognize, at least by way of your map and what Leosin had told you is the place that you're supposed to arrive at, you're going to be coming up on a large stone bridge that spans across the river that you're traversing. And this is not like the coastway where it was just like this simple bridge going across. This is like an extremely ornate, decorated stone bridge. Juno, make a religion check, please. Because cleric. Okay. So you would recognize...
I would like to preface all of
That is okay. You would absolutely recognize some of this. The check is really just to gauge how much detail you might have knowledge of. But you would absolutely recognize that a lot of the carvings on the bridge itself are dedications to the deities Cyric and Baal. That is Cyric and Bhaal.
To both at the same time?
To both, yes.
Sorry, can you spell those again?
Cyric is the first one. And he's sort of depicted as this almost vampiric looking humanoid with a rather thin and very long sword, like almost the length of an average sized person's height. And you know that Cyric is the deity of lies. Baal, Bhaal, is an almost like undead. Like the only thing that you can make out about his form in any way that you might have remembered him is like human-ish looking, but like really mangled skin, and like thinned out, like a malnourished person with like really long nails, and always depicted with a bunch of knives around him. This would be the deity of violence and ritualistic murder. And yes, they're depicted kind of together in this place, which you know would be kind of unusual, at least. And around the area itself, just off the road on both sides, is basically a small, almost town of tents. And you roll up to an area that you can, there's a small, very small person sort of like flagging you down to sort of set up your boats right here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, right here. Come on in. You know, this is a halfling.
Do they look suspicious?
Make an insight check.
Like, we just saw those runes, and all of a sudden there's a halfling just sitting right here that's like, hey, come here.
Yeah, that's not intended to be
those
related.
depictions?
Yeah, just sort of setting the scene for what
26.
26, okay.
Who the hell? Who the hell?
This guy's got very, like, salesman-y, high charismatic vibes, but not, like, facetious.
Why?
Why? Why what?
Told us to come here.
Yeah, you
Why?
gotta put your boat, you're joining us, right? You gotta put your boat in the spot and then you're gonna join us. Yeah? Or you just pass it through?
Us?
Yes. Who is us?
Oh, well, I don't know about the rest of these people. I just run the inn in the tavern over here, but you can call me Bolo.
Oh, nice to meet you, Polo. Aster will kind of look to the rest of the group and kind of like, I guess, a little more quietly say this. Weren't we supposed to ask an innkeeper about the person we're looking for? I think this is the spot.
Well, he's in charge of the inn, no? Why don't you just ask him, since he just said he was... You know, he takes care of the inn. He doesn't know about the rest of these people. I think that's what he just said, right? Did I miss something? That is what he said, right? I'm not hallucinating.
That
I
is what he
actually
said.
don't know. Okay,
Over
cool.
the table, yes, that is what he
Okay,
said.
okay. I was licking my own skin again, so I can never tell when I'm like, on a trip. We could ask him. Maybe somebody who's better with words than I am.
Well, yeah, like I said, nice to meet you. We were actually looking for someone. A Varum?
Wait, say that name again?
Varum? A dwarf?
Oh, you're the people looking for the dwarf guy. Okay, I got it. He's gonna kind of like get a little more hush-hush and be like, all right, so here's the gig. I could use a little bit of help just getting this stuff off of my boat and back into my inn. If I could ask you guys that little favor and I get it all packed up, good for the bar to operate for the rest of the day, I could take you to the back room and give you all the, the download that you need.
Okay, sure. What are we packing up?
Oh, it's just drinks and food, stuff to, stock the bar up.
This box right here?
Yep, you're going to see a small bunch of some crates and barrels that are sort of stacked up just off of a boat that's not much bigger than the two that you just brought in.
Okay. I think I got this. I think I got this. Spunk is gonna walk over to like a spot on the ground next to those barrels and crates, and he's gonna like walk in a circle, kind of like a dog who's getting ready to like sit down. He'll do like a quick lap, and then he'll do it again, but this time he'll spit a bunch of times on the ground, just twee, 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 twee. And as he spots on the ground with his spit, you'll notice that the spit is a little like white, and it starts to like connect to each other as it reaches towards the next spot on the ground where he spit. And he's going to spend about 10 minutes doing this little ritual as he like waves his hands over, continuing to walk in a circle and never stepping on the goo that he's spitting out, as it turns more firm and white as the lines kind of solidify. And it'll draw a circle, and eventually the circle will just kind of up off the ground and float, and he'll have a floating disc that he'll start to step.
Nice. Okay, over that time, while you're doing that, I'll rewind a few minutes at least, and he's gonna go to the rest of you and be like, "What's this one doing? Should I be concerned about my stuff?"
I don't think you should be concerned. His ways are just a little unorthodox, but they work out.
Believe you me, unorthodox is the norm around here, so I just want to make sure. All right, carry on, little man.
We'll do tweet, 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 tweet.
All right, and as that finishes, if there's nothing else for anybody else, he's going to start leading you toward a more established sort of pseudo building. It's a contrast from the tents themselves. And along the way, you will also notice another building of stone and mortar that kind of resembles more of a keep, and is a stark contrast from everything else that's here. Bolo's gonna wave you guys inside. Hey, all right, thank you so much. I didn't realize that'd be so easy for you. I should hire people like you guys, and just kind of be going and going and going nonstop. Yeah, you can drop it over there. Just leave it at the side of the counter, and my guys will take care of it.
Okay. And he'll just like walk away from the circle of like stuff that's floating there. And after he walks a certain distance away, the circle will just kind of like jerk into motion and follow him.
Okay, and Bolo's gonna sort of like scoot around behind the bar and grab a bunch of items that you see eventually are just going to be a bunch of tankards. Fill them up with some ale, and he's not even like asking you guys if you want anything or what you want. He'll be like, "So you want to talk about this dwarf guy, huh? He's something like a hero around here."
Really? Why is that?
Yeah, well, we had these sketchy folks coming in from the hills over there, and he's going to be indicating farther up the river and to the northeast. Yeah, we had a little encounter, maybe once or twice, or like 5 times. These snake people coming in and like stealing stuff, and there was somebody got off that one time. It's been terrible. And this dwarf dude, he's got his purple cloak. He's looking all, don't mess around with me kind of type. And then he had one run-in with one of these snake people, and right then and there, the rest of them went running. Haven't seen him since. As far as I'm concerned, he's a hero.
That is pretty impressive. Snake people?
Yeah, it's the Serpent Hills up there. It's not a great place to go. But for some reason, he was heading up there himself. So I don't know, maybe just one less person for him to deal with on his way. I don't ask too many questions.
Yeah, he does seem like the mysterious type, I guess.
So you know him.
Why? Not really. We've just also heard about him.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, like, I don't want to get too into it, but, like, why are you looking for him? What's going on?
We're simply told to find him.
Okay, all right. No, it would cause a problem. Don't want to ask too many questions. I get it. I respect it. You're not going to be causing a problem here, are you? Because, like,
No.
if you do, you give me a little heads up, I can...
Not intentionally.
Don't want to lose the opportunity for you guys, but anything else?
Yeah, I'm just trying to give this guy the heebie-jeebies.
Okay.
So he does not intend to follow.
What's your what's your passive insight, Juno?
23.
Yeah, you can tell that he's just trying to like scurry along in his lane. Doesn't really seem like he's trying to get into or cause any trouble, but clearly he was contacted to look out for you guys and share what he knows, as he is doing.
I'm still trying to unnerve him so that way he doesn't follow and get his head kicked off.
Oh, got it. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm trying to like give him the idea of like, we're here to fuck shit up and stay out of our way vibes.
So
For your own safety.
yeah,
It's out of compassion.
So, excuse me. For most people, you know that when you land the intimidation thing, sometimes people get like caught like deer in headlights and like act really sometimes scared or sometimes like stutter on themselves. This guy is like very handily sidestepping those attempts and just like, okay, not gonna go there. Okay, not gonna go there. I'm just gonna keep going about my day, sort of thing. He does not really seem intimidated or fazed by you.
Perfect. I hate him in my heart.
So yeah, is there anything like you need from here? Are you going there? Are you waiting for him to come back here? Like, I just want to make sure I don't get caught in any crossfire of any trouble, you know. But you know, why are you going after him in the first place? You know what? You already told me that. You don't want to tell me that. It's cool. It's cool. I don't want to get caught in the middle. He's just kind of going and going and going and going.
Maybe you should go back and deal with the docks so that if more boats come in.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to got all
You're
my
over by
stuff
the
here,
boats.
and thanks to you and, you know, all your super helpful, whatever that was, spitting around, and that was cool.
Yeah, but if something terrible were to happen over here, then you don't want to be here. You want to be over there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, like, we're not going to make terrible happen, like, right here, right?
Yeah,
right?
no, we would never do anything. But if something were to happen, then you would be far away from
Okay,
anything
okay,
bad
yeah,
that
well,
could
I could
happen.
always talk to those guys over there and keep on the lookout, pointing toward the keep.
Right. Do you have any indication as to where this dwarf is?
Last I saw him, after he offed that one guy, he was asking for help getting escorted up to the hills himself. I guess he's going right to the source of wherever that guy came from that he offed. And, but, you know, the next day I didn't see him. I'm just assuming he went that way. I wasn't able to help with the escorts or anything like that.
Was he carrying anything on him?
We had a pretty hard to miss purple robe and, you know, a staff. And did look like one of those wizard types. I didn't really butt into it too much.
You seem to be excellent at reading vibes. Did he have bad vibes or good vibes?
He looked
Or
like he
just
was kind of
murder
nervous
vibes?
now that you mention it.
Okay, well, thanks for your help. Fuck off now.
Hey, yo,
We'll
hey.
We'll
you
fuck
know,
off now. Sorry.
that- we don't gotta be like that. I'm trying to help you out a little tit for tat, you know.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
I'm
cool, it's
helping
cool.
you. See, we are carrying all your stuff, and it kind of defeats the purpose. if
Which
you
I
follow us all
deeply
the way over
appreciate.
there. If you could have taken it yourself, then you're walking over there. It kind of defeats the purpose. No, like, let us do the favor for you. You stay here by the docks. We'll go where we're going. And we'll
Oh,
drop
that's
off all
what you
your
meant,
shit.
like stay over in the. Yeah, I'm gonna be right here, tending to my place, minding my business, and you know, as long as
Okay.
the stuff's going on over
Glad we
there, it doesn't
finally
concern-
understand each other.
Yeah, my bad.
What
my
was
bad.
your name again?
I'm going a million miles an hour all the time. Bolo, it's Bolo.
Bolo. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Bolo. Who should we drop off your shit with?
Oh, it's good right there. You could just leave it right there, where you did.
What? Do you want to bring it into the place where?
You did bring it into the place.
Yeah, we're in the inn now.
You just want me to drop it on the floor?
Yeah, right
Not
there,
give it
next
to
to
somebody?
the bar. We'll offload it and you'll stock everything up. It's all good.
All right, he'll just like snap, and like the disc will just kind of evaporate, and the crates will like drop the 6 inches onto the floor.
Nice. Okay. Looking at our time for tonight, guys, I think that is going to be a good spot for us to end for the evening after talking with Bolo for a bit about what's next. All right, well, we're back. Oh, man. Okay.
One of these days, you're gonna regret cold opening like that.
Maybe.
You're gonna regret it.
Maybe.
To be fair, we always end up being the ones who regret it
I have
because
no
we're the ones who
shame.
say the dumb shit.
Or like taking just like the massivest, most massive chunk out of like a slice of pizza or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was deep throating a pizza slice during one episode. At least one. Maybe
It's happened to several people several times. Okay, anywho, we're back.